Almost every single day we hear from you about troubling conditions in the apartments you rent, and sometimes you describe it as downright disgusting conditions, and other times is that your property management is just not doing enough to keep you and your family safe. Well, new tonight, there are two bills in the works to make changes for the better. 11 Alive Doug Richards explains what your elected leaders are doing to address those issues.
One of the bills introduced highlights how little protection there is currently in state law for the tenants of rental properties.
I got leaks. They say they fixed it. And that was like 4 months, and then now they still haven't fixed it up to this day.
Tamiko Freeman lives in an apartment complex called Pavilion Place on Cleveland Avenue. It is, she says, substandard at best.
I know a friend of mine down here, well, she had a hole in her ceiling, and to this day, they still haven't fixed it.
Atlanta Councilman Antonio Lewis says he used to live here. He supports the bills in the legislature that would address conditions in rental properties like this one.
Sometimes we need the law to stand up for us.
House Bill 344 would require landlords to maintain weatherproof, intact structures. It would require plumbing that works, hot and cold running water, heating, ventilation, electricity, and working locks, among other things. Another bill, House Bill 329, would require apartment complex landlords to compile data about serious crimes ranging from murder and assault to drug crimes and report them to residents every 6 months.
If I had known that I would be hearing gunshots like pretty much every other night, you know, my dog is actually crying. You know, he hear the shots, then he come jump in my lap.
Lewis says the bills would add transparency and accountability for the often unseen owners of properties like this one.
I want you to make the most money you can make. Just don't take advantage of people.
It's worth noting that no Republican lawmakers have signed off on the legislation. Republicans tend to argue that the free market ought to cover property standards, something that backers of these bills say hasn't worked for years. In Southwest Atlanta, Doug Richards, 11 Alive News.